You're welcome to today's class. Today we want to look at structure to function by reference. That is, you are calling the function by reference. So the last class I taught you pointers to structure, right? And the class before then I taught you function call by value, where you pass the variable, a copy of the structure to the function. So in this class I'm going to teach you how to pass an address of the structure to the function, right? That is what we want to see in this class. So um, let's write a program to demonstrate this. So same thing, I will say include stdio.h and then include string.h. So I'm going to declare my function, right? Um, Same thing, I will say struct person and here char name and then 20, then int age, right? Then I'm going to close. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to create my function that will perform the task. The function is not going to return anything. So it's going to be void, right? Then I'll call it print, just the same function name I use, print person in the last one, print person. Then this function is expecting a pointer, right? So I will have struct person. Then this is my pointer. I'll call it PTR. So that's what it's expecting. So the block of this function. So what do I want this function to do? I want this function to increase the age that will be supplied to it. So using pointer, I taught you want to access the element. It will be what? PTR, right? Then the arrow, age. So plus assign 1. So what I'm simply saying is increase whatever age is going to be given to you. That's what this function should do. Then I want this function to print out the value, right? Just print it out. So print f, right? Name, percentage s, comma, age, percentage d slash n. So for this one, it will be what? PTR arrow name, comma, PTR arrow age. Okay, that is what will happen. Then I'm going to close my function here. So this is my function. Now I'm going to create my main function where I will create the variable of this structure and then pass it to this function. So int main, this is my main function. So inside this my main function, I'm going to create the variable of this structure. So that will be struct person, right? Let's call it P1. And for the sake of space, I might probably just do this, right? I'll just do this. I will assign a theta and then 35 for age, right? So I can just do this. Now, because I'm doing this, I'm not going to use my strcpy anymore, right? I won't use that. So because I'm not using it, I might not need this place again. I might not need that toolbox, but just let's leave it that way. So with this, I declare my variable and then I assign value. So theta will go to name and 35 will go to age. So what I will do now is to pass this variable, right? I'm going to pass this variable to this function. So I'm going to call the function. So I'll say print person. Then inside it, I will supply address of P1. This is the same thing as saying struct person pointer ptr assign address of P1, right? Which is the same thing you will say when you do int when you do int a, you assign 10, for example. Then you say int ptr, you assign address of a. So this is the same thing as what is happening here. So this is another data type, which is integer. This is a data type, which is struct, a data type that we created, which is what? A derived data type, which is what we did here. We derived this data type from all these other ones. So it's the same concept. So I'm supplying the address of P1 now to this print person. So control will move to this place, right? Now, I want it to also print out the value of name and age after this function return. So here I will say print f. So I'll bring this same thing down. Name, percentage %s, comma, age, percentage %d slash n, comma. Now I'm going to use this variable to access the value. So in this case, it will be what? P1 dot name, right? Comma, what should be there? I don't know if you are still seeing, so I'll bring it down. P1 dot age. So P1 dot name will go to this place, and P1 dot age will go to this place. So this is my program. Then I'll say return 0. So my curly bracket, I'll close it here. Okay, so this is it. I use another method to assign values to the what? To the variable, which is a theta and 35. This one will go to the name, and this one will go to what? To age. Then I call this function. So in calling the function, I'm passing the address of this P1 to it. So it will come here. Then it will change the age. And here it will print out. So what will be the output? So this one will print out name, right? What? Etete. And then age will print out. Now it has increased the age. So 35 was applied to it. So it will increase it to what? 36. Then it will return back to this place. And it will print out this again. So it will print out name. Etete. Right? And then age. Because what you supplied to it was the address of this variable. So whatever this function will perform will affect the original position, location. So the original location is also carrying 36. So that is different between call by value and call by reference, which is giving an address to a pointer. So this one, using the pointer to access the values, you are getting the same thing as when you are using the variable, because what you gave was the address of the variable. So the function can alter the original address, the value in the original address. So that is what has happened in call by reference. So this is how you pass a structure to a function. So you can do call by value or call by reference. So that is what I want to show you. Let's go to code blocks and let me demonstrate this for you to see. All right, so this is our code blocks, which is what? Passing a structure to a function by reference. So that is what I demonstrated on the board for you to see. So this is our declaration, and then this is the function that we have created, and then creating a variable for this structure and assigning name and age to it. Then we call the function. So I'm just going to execute this program for you to see what this one will print as the output and what this one will also print as the output. So let's execute it and see. So you see, it's giving me name Etete age 36. And then the second one, which is this one, is also giving me name Etete age 36, the same thing. So because we gave the address, so whatever this function does to it is actually changing the original. That is what I want you to see. It's going from call by value, where you made a copy to the function. So that is what I want to show you in this class. So till we see in the next class, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a comment. Thank you.